a white shark, we estimate, may live up to 70 years. But there's some species of shark, like the Greenland shark, which we estimate may live 200 years.
And you believe then we had on the earth the Megalodon?
So Megalodon is extinct. Maggie will be very upset to hear me say this, but I can confirm that Megalodon.
But do you think on the past we had?
So Megalodon was a prehistoric species of shark that was related to white sharks. It wasn't the ancestor, but it was related.
But a lot of bigger than white sharks.
Yeah. So imagine a white shark the size of a whale shark. That's probably what Megalodon was like. And Megalodon was here in Florida. So most of Florida used to be submerged underwater. So you can find fossilized Megalodon teeth in some of the streams, which are now on land, but that used to be underwater. So at some point in time, there were Megalodons swimming around here.
And you thinking at some point in time, Miami gonna be underwater again?
Well, it will, for almost certainly. I mean, it's sea level rise is, that's a fact, and you're seeing that already. So over the next several decades, you're going to see a lot more, which is why, I mean, it's affecting properties now. I mean, again, not to get into property stuff, but if you look at trying to get insurance for houses that are on the beach, it's hard because they know that it's likely to be underwater soon. What's
the scariest shark for you? Like, you think of white sharks, the scariest one, or you had like even another one is smaller than can be?
I mean, a white shark it's a very large shark. I've only been in the water once or twice with a white shark without a cage, and it's definitely it's a huge animal, and it's intimidating. In terms of aggressiveness, I mean, there's other species as well you have to be very cautious with. Anytime I am with sharks in open ocean, like offshore, where you have no shelter, it's just you in blue water. And some of the sharks out there can be quite pushy because they're used to living in an environment without any food. And so they're very naturally very curious. And you don't have any shelter. If you're diving on the reef, you can go on the bottom and you can keep your back against the coral, and then, you only have to focus in one direction. But if you're on an open ocean, it's just blue, then you have to worry about what's coming here, what's coming there, what's coming behind me, what's coming below. You can't protect yourself at all. So that's an intimidating environment.
And how was your first time swimming with sharks?
Actually, I want to show a video here. We have a video. Yeah. Tell us about this. What's going on here?
So this was off of Wolf Island off the Galapagos. This is off the Galapagos. So this is actually a really, really remote place.
Can I see you?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Let's see if it plays. It stopped. Yeah. So it's a really, you have to fly to Santa Cruz Island off Galapagos, off Ecuador, and then get on a boat and travel 30 hours to get to Wolf Island. And I shot that last October. So there you have a scalloped hammerhead shark swimming underneath a gigantic school of tuna. That school was so big, it blocked out the sun. Like I was filming the sharks and everything went dark, and I thought that it was because of clouds and rain. And I looked up and it wasn't. It was this school of tuna that was so big, it was just blocking out the sun. And it just went on and on and on and on. I've never seen so many fish in my life.
And is this the same, or is this a different one?
So that's a different day, the same place. So what you have when you go to these islands off the Galapagos is these schooling hammerhead sharks. So we would see hundreds, perhaps 1,000 hammerheads in one dive. And they're just forming these gigantic schools. And it's one of the most incredible sights I've ever seen in my life. I mean, absolutely just something else.
And Yannis, how intelligent is a shark?
So, it's hard to gauge. Intelligence is quite a human term. I think the days of us just considering them as stupid animals are gone. We can, for example, you can train some sharks. You can train them to, if they hit a symbol, they'll get fed. So you can train them basic tasks, and you would never have thought that you could train a shark. So I think that their abilities, their cognitive abilities, the brain is much more advanced than we give them credit for.
And another question, the dolphins are really very, very intelligent, like the people say?
So dolphins are mammals. So obviously we have the most advanced cognitive abilities. So yes, the marine mammals are going to be kind of at a different level, such as dolphins or orcas.
And what's the most, because your job must have taken you to some incredible places, right? And not only the places that we're used to seeing, but you also get to go to the underwater world, which is a whole other world and experience.
Another world.
What has been the most incredible place for all the divers that are listening to us? What would you recommend? What can you say?
So again, I've been very lucky to go to a lot of amazing places. Wolf Island of Galapagos, where I showed that video, is definitely very high up there. Probably my most incredible dives were in an atoll called Fakarava in French Polynesia. And there we were diving at night inside this channel. And there you would have about 300 hunting gray reef sharks, naturally hunting reef fish. I've never seen anything like that in my life. Like the reef was getting torn to pieces by sharks chasing fish. You would have sharks crashing into you. I can send you some video. We did a show for National Geographic called 700 Sharks. And that was filmed there. But I remember doing the first dive there at night, and I was just like, I came out of the water, and I've never seen anything like that in my life. You know, sharks just crashing into the back, just going after fish. It was insanity.
Well, what do you feel? What do you feel like?
I was very nervous before
the
the dive. I was really nervous because I'd done a lot of shark dives, but not at night and not with animals that are naturally hunting in those numbers. But other than when we first started on the bottom, I was like, okay. And then I had that, what happened was a fish that was being chased by the sharks came to me. And so then I had like 20 sharks just crashing into me. So I curled into a ball. It's like when you're getting beaten up, you know, you curl up and you take it.
You're describing pro training for
yeah. But the thing with the sharks is if you were to do something like this, if you moved your hands like that, you'd get bitten, especially when they're like that. But as long as you don't move anything, they didn't bite me. So that's why I just was like this and taking They
know that you're not food for the smell?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So when I say they might bite the hand, that's just because they're going after movement.